Hey everyone, it's me Lisa from Lisa Knits and Vlogs and Eden from Eden Vlogs and Fitness. Well, I'm knitting, Eden's not. And then we're going to chat. I have two projects going because I started on this scarf, the garter stitch striped scarf, and there's how the pattern turns out. And then on the back it tells me 33 stitches at 176 centimeters, 60 blocks in total. Now the blocks go like this. I write them on the bit of paper, and then the first one I knitted the first row, then I knit 14 rows, but then you always slip the first stitch on each row, and then this is where the blocks come in. It's 1 to 10 on every block, and I got to do 60. So I slip the first stitch, then I knit, then I slip the second. When I go back, I slip the stitch purlwise and purl all the way back. I do the same for rows 3 and 4 as 1 and 2. And then from rows 5 through 10, I slip the first stitch every time and I knit. That's what I got to do. So I'm up to block 9. Yeah. So I've still got another 51 blocks to go. And Eden goes, wow. So that's what I'm doing with that one. But I'll show you how it is so far. And I'm doing it with this yarn called Value Ball Spray Yarn. And it is, I should actually, what I'll do is to make it look better, I'll just do this so it's like this. Right. And it is made, it's made for Spotlight, Pty Ltd, www.spotlightstores.com in tangerine. The care instructions are: warm machine wash or hand wash, do not bleach, cold rinse well, do not wring, dry flat in the shade, do not tumble dry, do not iron, and it's dry cleanable. It's 100% acrylic, 240 meters, 4.5mm knitted needles, which is what I'm doing. The knitting tension is 19 stitches by 25 rows, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square. That is what I am using at the moment. And then, so this is where I'm up to so far. What a beautiful colour.
It's pretty.
It is a pretty colour. I've got 2 more skeins after this one, and then this colour's completely finished. So then I'll have to do a different colour. And then on top of that, I'm using this one, which I'm knitting a pouch. But instead of doing straight knitting, but I'm using size 4mm needles, not a 4.5, so it'll turn out small. So I cast on 66 stitches, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1 to the end. And then if I finish with a purl, then I knit 1, purl 1 going back. So that's the sand stitch. So I've got those two going. And let me work out which one it is that I'm doing. Okay, it's this one. 4 Seasons Marble Api, 100% acrylic, 100 grams. It does say light grey. And do not hand wash, cool hand wash, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, dry flat in the shade, low iron, dry cleanable, 270 meters, 4mm needles, which is what I'm doing. Normally I do a 4.5. 22 stitches by 30 rows, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square. Made for Spotlight Stores, www.spotlightstores.com. And this one needs to go in my stash so it gets counted for this stash, because that is finished with that one. So,
Well done.
it is well done. So that would make about 115 ball bands, I think, because we are getting down on numbers for December, and then I need to do a count so you guys know exactly how many ball bands that I've used. And I have been busy, and I'm going to start again next year to do it again. The stash down, hashtag stash down 2025. I will do that. So, and I'm going to keep a record on how many I've used this year to see if I can better myself next year.
You will.
Eden said I will. No doubt I will, because my needles are always on fire and whatnot. And I'm also going to do, which Eden doesn't realise I'm going to do it, I'm going to make a list on things that I need, like scarves, beanies, blankets, so then that way, when I get to the end of December 31st, I can tell you exactly how many scarves I needed, how many beanies I needed, and how many blankets I've needed, and how many baby hats I've needed. I've already got it written down. I'll show you. I just got, sorry Eden, I got a list of items I have needed for 2025. I got scarves, beanies. I need to do blankets and baby hats also on the next page, so that way I can tell you, and Christmas stockings, so then that way I can tell, and Christmas stockings, yes, and in that way I can tell you exactly how many. But what I do this year is not counting, and if the scarf that I'm doing goes into next year, well, that will be counted for next year, because depending on, but knowing me, I probably will finish it before December 31st.
Yes, you will.
And Eden said, yeah, I will. So probably I will. So that's my plan for next year. De-stash some more yarn and make a list on exactly how many scarves I've needed to donate to Kogo, which is knit one, give one. So then that way I can keep track to exactly what I've done. Because I don't know exactly how many things I've donated, made this year and donated over the years that I've been donating, because I don't know. I know I've donated a lot. I don't know whether it's an exaggeration, or what do you think, Eden? I've done about, I reckon, 1,000 items.
That's about right.
And Eden said it's about, sounds about right. But I have been donating the stuff long before we were in lockdown with COVID. I think since 2015 or 2014. So that is a lot of makes. But it keeps me busy and it keeps me going. So, but I enjoy doing it. And I show Eden exactly what I've done so far. So in that way she can see it. And that's so, and I do knitting for special friends. I post it to them when I've got certain things done, and knowing what colours that they like, and then I do what I want to do in the colours, so then that way I give them the right colours on things, because I don't want to give them a colour and they don't like the colour. I want to be one that if I know what colour you like, well, that's what you get, and if I can get that colour, that is what you're going to get. Isn't that right, Eden?
Yeah.
And yes, you can see Eden's head. There's the hand. And that's so, yeah. So next year I'm going to try do more scarves, and I'm going to try other things as well, and practice more on my crocheting to get that going, because I want to be able to crochet some amigurumis, and I want to crochet more because I've got loveys there that were donated to me, so I can do the blanket bit on the hair elastic and learn how to do that. So that needs to be done, and I need to knit up some more squares as well to donate, because they do love the squares, because they've got lovely ladies that will make a blanket, and even crocheted squares as well. So I'll probably do some of those as well, but we'll see what happens, because 2025 is going to be a good year where we're all going to get, especially me, a lot more done, because I want to de-stash a lot of my yarn so I can get new yarn, and even if it gets donated to me, show people what I've actually done with it, and that's going to be fun.
Yes, it is.
really big fun. And yeah, so I've got big plans. But let's see how I go to do it though first. Because you just never know what will happen around that corner. Because you never know, do you? And one good thing is, if I have to sit at a hospital, I can take my knitting and knit. Most of the scarf was done sitting at a hospital. I found I did a lot done. And, you know, nothing worse than sitting at a hospital with nothing to do. So I take some yarn, do some knitting. And before I know it, I got about 10 blocks of the scarf done. So, and it's one of those patterns where you don't need to concentrate, because it's just straight out knit rows and purl rows. And I've marked off rows 13 and 14. And that, so that's that one. Cheers everyone, I'm going to have some water.
Cheers. Cheers.
And that, because my throat's a little dry. So, that's what I'm doing. I've got 2 projects. And I don't normally have 2 projects going at the same time. But I want to get this one done. So then that way, I can get it sent off in the post. And that, so that will be that done. And the scarf, I'm not fussed if I don't get it done straight away, as long as I can get it done, because that will be donated. And yes, I'm cutting up a bit of paper, and that way I can put it in my bin, and that way it doesn't fill my bin up, and I can put a lot more in. I can't put that one in my stash yet, but I can with the light fuchsia, and the light grey can't. But this one I'm putting in my stash, and I've got to write it on the bit of paper, so then that way I can tell you. I think it's 115 that I've done. I have to have a look. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll have a look in a minute, because I need to cut some more paper up. So then that way this one is done. So sorry about if you can hear me cutting, because I'm not want to make sure this one gets cut, because it has my name on it, and I make sure that it gets cut up. And then the other one's Eden's. Well, this one is actually Eden's.
Yeah.
That it's an empty box, but because we've been to the chemist or pharmacy or whatever way that you call it, I don't know what you guys call it, but we say chemist or pharmacist. So, but I do like to cut this up, so then that way it doesn't have, you know, no one gets to see our name, and we do that.
Very much.
Yeah, that's what I like to do, so then that way it cuts up Eden's name and the doctor's name, so then that way nobody knows which doctor gave it to her. And the same with mine, I do the same thing, that I cut up, so that my name's cut up and the doctor's name's cut up. So I am sorry if you can hear scissors go. Oh, actually they're both Eden's.
ASMR.
Hey?
You're doing some scissors ASMR.
ASMR. And they're both Eden's. I thought they could be, yeah, that'd be right. They were both Eden's.
That's right.
Yeah, I thought one was mine, but I don't think mine was finished yet. So it must have been just all yours that I'm cutting up. So 2 different doctors, so I'll make sure it's all cut up. So then that way Eden's name's protected and the doctor's name's protective. And then on Monday morning, when I get up, I'll have to go over either Monday morning or Tuesday morning. I'll go down to the chemist again, because Eden will need more scripts made up. And then I'll get, I don't know if I need any made up, but we'll soon find out when I go. We're not in a hurry. There's enough there to do for now. Because I like to keep them up so then that way I know what I've got and where I've got them. And I think the one that I need is this paper here. Because it has on there exactly how many, I think, if I got the right one. Here we go. It is on this page, not this one, because this one's telling me the people that need watch hours that I need to do. Alright, so now when I add this one to it, it's 115 ball yarns that I use, so I need to change that to 115. So 115 ball yards, so I better add that onto there as well, so I know exactly how much I've used, and I'll soon be able to tell you. Is this a spare bit of paper? Which it is. I can actually, because I don't need that whole length of paper, because this is telling me when I do the snood, 98 centimeters equals to 38.5 inches with 57 stitches. So I need to keep that, but let me do this so I can add it. I have done 30,734 meters, and this one was 270 meters. 270 meters. So 0 and 4 makes 4, 7 and 3 make 10, 7 and 2 make 9, 1 make 10, carry the 1. I have done 31,004 meters. So I'll change that one. So that's what I've done. So 31,004 meters. Okay. So that's what I've done so far. So I'll need to put that one away, which now can go. And then I'll need to cut this bit of paper up because I don't need this bit of paper. Where did I put my scissors? Here they are. So now because I don't need this paper, I will cut it up. So I have done a lot of knitting. Too much, I think, but still, when you're sitting there watching something good on TV, I don't know about you guys, but I do like to keep my hands occupied while I'm sitting there. And that, so, and I'm still practicing my crocheting. That's how it's turned out so far. So it's, at least it's square, whereas before it never used to be square. I should actually, while I'm talking to you, sew in my ends, which I've got the needles. So I'm going to use the red one, and I'm going to sew in my ends, so then that way they're sewing in, and then you guys don't get to see the sewing, the ends. So just make sure. So then that way it's, I'm doing better than what I had done, because normally when I do these squares, it turns out really wonky. But that, following the book and having help from my friends that said we can help you, has helped me quite a bit. So I do say thank you to everybody that is helping me. I do appreciate it. And I'm just grateful that I've got people out there that will say, yes, this is what you got to do, and this is how you got to do it, and whatnot. So I'm just grateful for that, because otherwise I might not have worked it out. And I'm practicing the magic ring, the magic ring, and I think I'm doing well with it, because I watched a different channel who used, they cast on with the fall chain, and they did it that way, and I know that way. But I'm just glad that I want to learn the magic ring as well. So then that way I know how to do both. So I'm up to learning new things, which I think is good. Because that's what we need. Eden's patting me on the back. And I think it's good that you know, I mean, I know crocheting and knitting's not for everybody, but I've only ever done knitting. And I know how to crochet a blanket back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. But I want to learn how to do other things as well with it. And the more I practice, the more I'm able to do things then. And be able to make maybe amigurumis to donate to the hospital to give to the sick children, mate, and then that way they've got something as well. So I'm going to be practicing my heart out.
Good job.
So then that way, thank you, Eden. I think that's worth it to learn how to do things. I thought so. I don't know whether I picked the right colour yarn to learn with, but hey, we've got to start somewhere, don't we? So there's my square sort of thing. So yeah,
Looks good.
so it's getting there.
How much more have you got to go on it over you finish?
No, it's not finished. I still got 2 more parts to do it. So that's only 1, 2 bits. So I've got 2 more parts to do to that one. So it is getting there, slowly and surely. And to do that, I'm using a size 4 millimeter hook. I'm not sure what that is for the US. I think that might be
J-hook?
a J hook.
I guess.
No, a J hook's a 6. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I think H is a 5.5, is a 4.5, and I is a 5. So this might be a G, I think. I'm not sure. But I know somebody will tell me what it is. Well, guys, I don't want to keep you any longer. I think I've babbled enough. So I do hope that you have a nice day, nice evening, depending where you are. And Eden and I will catch you up again. And there's the hand. She might make an appearance with her face.
Hello.
And we'll see you on the flip side. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And we will catch you on the flip side. Bye.